Ah, New York. What can I say except that I love it? Growing up in the South, I was shown a very specific version of this place on television and film. But to my great surprise, after living here for over a decade, I've discovered that there is so much more. My name is Allyshia, and I'm on a quest to show you a totally different side of New York and some hidden gems. So come on and get away with me, even if it's just for a day. Sunday morning. It's so gorgeous today, and I cannot think of a better time to take a break from the city and spend a day in the country. Today I travel to Dutchess County, New York, where I check out a beautiful vineyard, an adorable little town, a secret underground railroad stop, and taste ice cream so good that I want to kiss the cow from which it came. All coming up on Getaway for a Day with Allyshia Renay. Hi guys, so I'm here on this beautiful day in Dutchess County. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous here. And I'm here with the Vice President of Dutchess Tourism, So Melaine, tell me what I'm in for today.
Well, today you're on one of Dutchess Tourism's Farm Fresh tours. We've been doing these for about 8 years now, and we bring thousands of people to Dutchess County every year to visit our farms and our food purveyors. Agritourism is a huge part of what we do here in Dutchess. We had over 4 million visitors every year. Last year they spent over $528 million in Dutchess County. So today, you're gonna go visit some of our fabulous farms. You're gonna go to the village of Millbrook and enjoy that cute little town that it is. And then you're gonna go to Clinton Vineyards, you're gonna go to Meadowlands Farm, and you're gonna go to Zoeys Ice Cream barn, where their ice cream is so fresh, they call it cow to cone in 3 days.
Wow.
So you're gonna have a great time today. The weather is perfect. You've got a busload of really excited people to be here. So I hope you have a super time.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, I'm glad to have you here.
All right guys, let's go. Let's get away for today.
All right, we're expected to get to Millbrook about 11:30. We will be driving through Poughkeepsie, which is the county seat of Dutchess County. We're about 80 miles north of the city and about 90 miles south of Albany, our state capital.
So my first stop in Millbrook is an Italian restaurant that I heard about, Allyshia. So I'm going to stop in and have a chat with the owner. Hi guys, so I'm here in the beautiful village of Millbrook, and I'm actually at one of the cutest restaurants on the street. It is
Aurelia.
Aurelia, and you are the owner, Susan.
Yes.
Okay, please tell me about this adorable restaurant.
Well, first, the name Aurelia is my husband's mother's name. He's from a little island off the coast of Sicily, and actually, we both opened this together, but we also have a restaurant in Manhattan. Is this too much information?
No.
But no. And so he's basically running that one, and I said, I love the country, and I'm going to run this one. So now, what started off as an Italian Mediterranean cuisine has sort of morphed to more Mediterranean inspired, because I find that chefs don't work well unless they have a little bit of input themselves. Right. So now I would say our food is almost Hudson Valley Mediterranean, because we use a lot of local farms, local cheeses, local milks, local meat, organic, everything. We've been here for 8 years, which is a long time in restaurant life.
And you just picked Millbrook out of all the other places?
Millbrook is outside of Manhattan, is probably the first town that's very beautiful. It's rural. There are a lot of large horse estates, and literally door to door it's 90 miles. So it's not suburban in feel, it's very rural, and you know, I love it. It's great. It's easy to get back to the city.
And what's the specialty of this particular restaurant?
Well, we have a few things that we've made since the beginning, and they were based on my husband's restaurant. Our raw kale salad is renowned. We also have our handmade gnocchi, our tiramisu, our focaccia is made in-house. But now we've morphed into Hudson Valley burrata, which is a kind of cheese, almost like a creamy mozzarella. And but we have other things as well that are traditionally American, like baked mac and cheese, that our more Americanized chefs have brought in and people love.
I think I would try the authentic Italian food. If I'm coming to a place like this, I want the Italian food. Okay, so is there anything else you'd like for us to know about this wonderful establishment?
No, it's just that we've been here 8 years. We have a wood-burning fireplace. We pride ourselves in making food, not the least expensive, but very high quality. We buy really good quality organic chicken, organic meat. I raise some of the eggs myself, and you know, we pride ourselves on quality and a beautiful, warm experience. We have a really nice bar at night that anybody can feel comfortable sitting in by themselves. And a lot of the bed and breakfast and inns around here are really fun, and they send us always new and interesting people that come through.
Awesome. And one last question.
Sure.
Tell me the name of this restaurant in Manhattan. I might have to stop
in. Gennaro, G-E,
Gennaro.
On the Upper West Side. It's been there 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the real deal.
He's the real deal?
He's the real deal.
Okay, but if I want to come here, come to Millbrook for a relaxed atmosphere, come to this deal.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me.
Welcome, and come back when you have more time.
All right.
Thank you.
So I've heard that this town has quite a few antique shops. I'm going to stop in one of them and see if they have anything that reminds me of some of the houses I used to visit growing up back home. Okay, so on my way down the street, I saw this amazing antique shop, and I had to stop in because it reminds me of my great-grandma. And it's called the Millbrook Antiques Mall, and I'm here with the owner, Thelma, and she's going to give us a little background on how everything got started.
Well, actually, it started in 1979, and I took over about 12, 13 years ago, and I've been very happy here, surrounded by all these beautiful and old and meaningful things.
Okay, so tell me, what's one of the most interesting pieces? Like, this looks interesting. Tell me, how did you come about this collection?
This belongs to a judge whose father in the 1940s worked with Turkey Hill Farms, not Turkey Hill Farms, Turkey Hill Whiskey.
Okay.
And as a gift at the end of the year, they would get pieces of this turkey set. And so I've accumulated quite a bit of it. It's really marvelous. And this is from Pennsylvania, family who lived here, and then John Smallstig, who became a weatherman in Ohio, winds up coming back and bringing this store, what is this, cupboard here.
See, down south we might call that a chifferobe, but maybe that's just
chifferobe.
Maybe that's just being country, as they say.
Okay,
so.
maybe.
Can you walk me through and show me a couple of things here in the antique shop?
Mm-hmm.
Now this looks like what we call the dining room back home, and I swear every house I went to, every elderly person had this. Let me see.
This is a faience, which is a type of ceramic, very fine ceramic.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different blue and white crockery.
Okay.
For instance, right here, is a different one. So
that
you're
is
liable to,
beautiful.
yeah, there's a lot of this around now. If you look for it online, on eBay, in stores that specialize in it, it's marvelous.
Now, what do you have going on back here? Just something,
Yeah.
anything interesting?
This is from our sterling silver metalsmith, Vincent Callahan. He's been collecting since he's about 19 years old.
Wow.
And this is all sterling silver. And he's also a metalsmith and makes his own pieces.
Yeah, these look like things that I wasn't allowed to touch as a child.
Oh, no.
No, yeah.
Oh no, these are fine pieces.
Yeah. So tell me about some of the items in this room.
These rooms generally come from Needful Things. That's her company, and she's got a lot of French jaspe, old French jaspe.
This is really, really nice. I think I'll be that type of person that will collect stuff as I get older and they're like, clean that up, but I love it.
Yeah.
So I do have one last question. There is a huge sculpture outside.
Yes.
And can you please tell me about that sculpture? We're going to go out in a moment and you can tell me more about it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a beauty.
So please.
So this is actually done by Adrian Landon, a young man whose workspace and living space is in Brooklyn.
What?
Yes. And he comes from a long line of equestrians. And
Okay.
every once in a while the mall will feature a contemporary artist. And we've been able to sell one of his sculptures before because this is an equestrian area. And we even have fox hunting up here. So lots of horse lovers.
Well, Thelma, thank you so much for showing me around this lovely antique mall. I want to make sure I said it correctly. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a more beautiful day. And so thank you. You have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.
And I'm going to go check out some more of these shops on this cute little street.
Okay, we have an antique center down that way also.
Oh, awesome. I'll go check that one out too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
This little town is so quaint. I can't tell you how relaxed I am. I'm going to check out a couple of more shops and relax a bit before we head off to the next stop. So now we're headed to Meadowlands Farms. Okay, I have a confession. Although I'm from Alabama, I can't ever recall being on a farm, so it's nice to be able to visit one in New York. And possibly getting my hands on some lamb sausage. That doesn't seem like a bad deal either. Okay guys, so we're at our third stop on the tour, Meadowlands Farms. I'm going to go in here and get some fresh meat, apple cider, donuts, and I also heard that this used to be a stop on the Underground Railroad. So let's go. Okay, so I'm here with Judah, the owner of Meadowlands Farms, and all of this fresh meat that I'm about to purchase. So Judah, tell me a little bit about the farm and how it came to be.
Sure. Welcome, Allyshia. And
Thank you.
glad you're doing the show for us and for the community up here. This is a historic homestead farm in Dutchess County, New York. We're about 100 miles north of Manhattan. And this was one of the early farms here that used to be self-contained when it was first started in 1790. All of the product would be grown on the farm and people would live off of it. And we've tried to maintain the farm and bring it back to its original diversified component. We have lamb, pork, and fresh vegetables, all organic.
Yes, yes. Now, I heard something, I hope it's true, about this farm, and it's near and dear to my heart, that this used to be a stop on the Underground Railroad?
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And,
this community in this part of the Hudson Valley was heavily populated by Quaker people throughout its history. And as most people know that study the Underground Railroad, the Quakers were in the vanguard of helping escape slaves reach freedom. And our house there was a hidden stairway that would ferry the slaves up to the attic where they would be hidden in the early and mid 1800s.
wow.
So the history here is very deep and we take it very seriously.
Well, I mean, I feel honored to even be on this ground. So tell me about some of the things you sell here.
So we raise, as I said, we raise lamb is our main product on the meat side. We raise about 250 lambs for sale every year, and we butcher it at a USDA processing facility. We also do pork, and I have young farmers typically here that I give inexpensive land access to help them develop their passion for farming, whereas it might be more expensive for them if they could really do it on their own without somebody helping them to get the land access. We also do fresh organic vegetables and fruit. So
nice.
Everything here is raised on the farm. It's all organic. It's very healthy for you. And we're very take pride in helping educate people of the importance of eating healthily. What you buy in the store always, you don't know what's on it or in it. Here, everything is very fresh and no chemicals, nothing like
Reasonable prices.
We try. It's a little more expensive sometimes to buy organic because it's small-scale producers that have to cover their costs. But we do our best to to work with people.
Okay, well, awesome. I'm going to go buy some of those apple cider donuts. So
don't eat too many because you want to save them for later.
Right. So can you point me in the direction that I need to go?
So we have a big barn over there, and straight behind the bus there is apple cider and donuts right up the driveway there.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks,
it's been
Allyshia.
a pleasure.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Meadowlands Farm.
Thank you. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. That's what they say. And I heard that this place has some of the best ice cream around. I'll be the judge of that. So I'm here with the owner of Zoeys Ice Cream Bar, Zoe herself.
Hello.
Hello, Zoe. So rumor has it that you guys have a slogan, from cow to cone. Can you explain what that means?
Sure. We are from cow to cone in 3 days. So all the ice cream all the dairy products come from Hudson Valley Fresh, which is a local dairy co-op of 10 dairy farms in Dutchess, Columbia, and Ulster County.
Okay.
And they pride themselves on 48 hours from farm to store, and we're the same way when it comes to making the ice cream. So the cows are milked about 2 days ago. It goes to Boyce Dairy in Kingston, and then we make the ice cream right here.
Oh my God, I bet it's really, really fresh. And you went to CIA.
I did. I'm a graduate of the culinary.
Well, so we're getting not only farm fresh, but like I feel like I'm getting top of the line ice cream.
Yeah. I grew up on a farm, so it kind of puts the two passions together.
Oh, okay. And is this a family-owned business?
I owned it with my dad. Yeah.
Oh, that is
so
really
the whole
sweet.
family's involved.
Okay, and what else do you serve besides ice cream?
We have local beef burgers from JSK Cattle Company. They're out of Millbrook, New York.
Okay.
Fries, hot dogs. We're right next to a high school, so whatever the kids like to eat.
Oh, okay.
And we do have local products such as the maple syrup, honey, some jams and jellies and things like that.
Okay, so what is your best ice cream? What should I try today?
Black raspberry is our most popular,
Black raspberry.
but we also have a pumpkin and an apple for the fall, which is delicious.
Okay, I have to try that. Okay, and what in terms of food? What kind of burger should I try?
The bacon blue burger is very popular.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me, Zoe. I'm going to go over here and grab something to eat because I'm all about fresh food. So, all right, guys.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God, trust me, my reaction is authentic. I would not tell tales about food, and this is some of the freshest ice cream I've ever had. And to see Zoe's dedication and hard work as she's running her restaurant, I love it. And her family helps her out too. You know, it's true what they say, teamwork makes the dream work. So we've arrived at the last stop on the tour, Clinton Vineyards. This place is so pretty, and I mean, I can't believe I found actual vineyards in the state of New York. The owner, Phyllis Fetter, she's a native of the Bronx that has a certain savoir-faire that I just find so charming. We even had a great little chat about baseball before she started the tour.
And I noticed this guy, he was a fabulous player, and he kept running in and very enthusiastic, and he'd jump on home plate and go in the dugout and all this stuff. I said to my brother, gee, that guy's terrific. Who is that? He said, he's a new guy from the farm team, Willie Mays.
Oh, and Willie Mays is from my hometown.
Yeah, Willie Mays.
From Fairfield, Alabama.
Yeah.
He lived for a few years in Riverdale. I'm in Riverdale, and he lived in one of the buildings.
Yeah.
In Riverdale.
Wow.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
So now that we've gotten that important conversation out of the way, how about we head in and see what she has to say about the crops?
Last year we had 29 tons of grapes. That's a lot of grapes. This year, everyone says, well, how did you manage because of the drought? Grapes love it when it's hot and dry. Not I, but they love it. This is the best time for me, right? You all come here, we're drinking wine, we're having a nice wonderful time. But we are farmers. This is dress up time, right? We're farmers, so we worry what's going to happen. How's the weather going to impact our crop? And so even to the last day of harvest, you can have problems. The next, please, anybody have any questions about anything? Feel free to ask. Yeah, I do.
I have a question. You mentioned food wine or cooking wine. Can you actually cook with your wines and put them in recipes?
Yeah.
Do you have any recipes that you can share with us?
Well, first I'll tell you about what my overall feeling is about using wine when you cook. There are those who say, oh, you can buy a cheap wine and use it for cooking. Don't do that. You want to use what you're drinking when you're cooking with wine. I mean, for example, if I were going to be making a nice beef stew, in France they call it boeuf bourguignon, I would use a nice red wine. And maybe while I'm cooking, the way Julia Child used to do, she has a little drink, right? A little for the pot, a little for her, etc. When you're ready to make your salad, you're making a vinaigrette for your salad, right? Add a few drops of the cassis to it. It gives a beautiful flavor. Let's say you like duck.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. At the end, when you have the pan juices and you're mixing and getting it all refatted and so on, add a little cassis. Pour some red wine if you don't happen to have cassis, but the cassis gives a beautiful flavor. And use that for the sauce that will be with your duck. Just experiment, right? Because, you know, some of the best cooks just fool around and make up things. All right, the next wine. We have...
So, you know, even though I don't partake in the bubbly straight up, I do cook with it. So I'm going to do my part and put some money back into the economy.
Our 2015 wine.
Okay.
The 16 is still in the tank.
Okay.
But this is to commemorate her. And this is
For my cooking.
famous. You can cook, you can wear it behind your ear, and drink it by itself at the end of dinner.
Okay.
Add it to white wine. Or
Okay.
Kir, K-I-R.
Okay.
Or with champagne, a little bit of cassis, called Kir Royale.
Okay.
Absolutely delicious.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Enjoy. And a few drops in your vinaigrette. Oh, wonderful.
I will do that.
Enjoy. Very healthy for you too.
So much.
Thanks for coming. Pleasure. We Bronx girls.
Oh, so the tour is coming to a close, and before that, I had to walk through these beautiful vineyards. As I said before, growing up, I didn't know that there are places like this located in the state. You know what New York is like to me? It's like a place where you can get two vacations. You get the excitement of the big city, and you get places that are almost like a little piece of Europe. So I hope you enjoyed spending time with me today, and see you next time on Getaway for a Day with Allyshia Renay.